we've all watched the new interview that Prophet Shepherd Bushiri did with the eNCA. If you didn't see it, the news channel has a portion of it. Okay, so you can go to the news channel. Actually, the video is up right now as I'm speaking, but you will have it in the pinned comment. There will be a pinned comment, and then you can go and check this portion of the thing. You can see in the title some very hectic things were spoken about in that. Now, I want to talk about the things that I thought were interesting, and then the things that I think, if you've watched the commission and how the commission listens to people, because this particular question came up, if you were brought up to bring this information over to the commission, would you do it? And he said he would be willing to submit an affidavit or some portion of it. But if you've watched the recent interviews of Brown Mohotsi, you will notice the lane in which the commission listens to people and where I think Bushiri is going to have issues. And I want to state those things in this particular episode. It's added the show with the daily Christian commentary videos. Other episodes done today, they'll be down in the pinned comments. The first thing that I thought Bushiri would have an issue with is this point that he mentioned in the interview.
What that mattered to them, I don't know how they knew about it, or I don't know what happened, but then the threats escalated extremely, where they said, we will not lose our jobs for you. And that's the moment I began to survive assassination attempts. The first that happened at Sheraton Hotel in Pretoria, where my car exploded at the hotel, you know.
All right. So that's the first one that Bushiri will have. I thought Bushiri would have a problem with it. The reason why I say Bushiri would have a problem with that, it's because they will have to go and look up this issue. All right? Articles, police reports, things like that, right? Pictures, those kind of things. They will need to see that lane of information that actually corroborates that there was a car explosion, according to what Bushiri is claiming in that interview. Now, I do think I once had this idea. I think I once had it. But we never got any picture or anything around that time. There was nothing that suggested anything along those lines. And I'm stating this because if you've seen, whenever there is stories, there is visuals or something like that. I mean, like, this hotel that he's talking about must have CCTV outside or something. And so he mentions this. There was a car. No, he didn't say. No. He said it's a very specific thing that he attached there.
Survive assassination attempts. The first that happened at Sheraton Hotel in Pretoria, where my car exploded at the hotel, you know. I was in the car driving with my wife. We arrived at the hotel to have lunch. Immediately we came out, it exploded, meaning to say.
So they will need things that corroborate this idea. Now, I'm interested in understanding if Bushiri's life was in danger and the High Court has said, yeah, he was in danger using this particular claim here. What evidence did he present there, which we haven't seen? I haven't seen it. Have you guys seen it? You can tell us in the comment section. Have you seen any such a thing? Bushiri's car bombed. Did you see anything like that at any point? Did you see anything like that? The reason why I'm saying this is because saying it is easy, but you must remember they have to file reports. If something like that was to happen, people will call the fire department, all these things, the police, all these things. Even the premises would have to report it. Whatever damage on their property was there, it will be in record. So he will have to prove that one. It's not like something he can say and then it's like, okay, kudos, it's good. We can all move on and have a wonderful day. So that particular claim, I feel like he's going to have an issue with that because it's not something that which one of his cars exploded? We know that he had more than 15 cars, if not more than that. If you remember when the cars were being taken about 4.5 years back or so about over 15 cars, Rolls Royces and I think we saw 2 different Rolls Royces, G-Wagons, you name them, all kinds of cars there. And so which one out of those cars had an explosion or something along those lines, if you remember that? So that's an issue that he is going to have, is that he says these things which we have absolutely no record of them that have happened. Now, the second thing that he does mention, along, because remember that was the first one that he mentioned, the second one.
That's the day the same police officers that we were supposed to arrest, they came early in the morning to arrest me and my wife. So basically this is what happened. And I think I'll just try to explain what happened.
Okay.
So this is now 2019.
Yeah.
Their cases were opened in 2018.
I just want us to hold it there. I want us to go for an ad break.
So he speaks about this attempt on his life again. And then he says this time there was CCTV footage. This time when he mentions it. Okay? So proof of these things is going to be needed to validate it.
In the country from Malawi, or you were smuggled out. It's a question that many still want answers to, especially the authorities in South Africa.
Yeah, I think going back to what I was explaining to you, that we faced a lot of challenges in your country, South Africa, more especially we as my wife and I, and as I did mention to say that the system in your country, in South Africa, is corrupt. And the very same people who were trying to steal money from us, are the very same people who, some of them, would actually come and tell us to say, now they're planning to do this. And the 2 days before we left your country, there was a plan to actually kill us.
Okay.
If you remember, a month before we left South Africa, we survived an assassination attempt.
All right. So he mentions that. But notice what he says inside there.
In Santon, which even the footage was there from the garage. We opened the case. No one was arrested.
Notice here he even says there is CC footage. So the other one, here he says it, there is CC footage. Now he's talking about the capital city when he speaks about the first one where there is a bomb. And he doesn't mention any CC footage. He doesn't even mention a picture from his part. Nowadays, if someone drops an ice cream, you will see it online. People, ice cream drop. Someone will film it. But this particular event that he speaks about in front of a hotel happens and there's nothing. He doesn't mention CC footage. He doesn't mention any picture or nothing. This information would be then needed to validate his claim. So I'm interested in understanding, how then do they vet? How did they vet? How did the Malawi High Court vet? Which is why I believe the first court said he must come back because he probably didn't provide any proof for it that directly attached him to that thingy. You know, he said a lot of things in this particular thing. Notice here also, he also does mention the corruption of the system, right? That's another last point that I want to mention. He says that the very same people, so although people might say, Bushiri didn't say much. No, he said the very same people that were working to get bribes out of him. Some of those people went and betrayed the others. And in that betrayal, those people who betrayed the others are the very same people that got him out. So I believe he's given a hint at how he got out of the country. Police or politicians? Because it says the very same people. They are in the very same system. Politicians and people in authority figures. He wasn't smuggled by some gang. He said, of course, someone would say this was a whole thing to promote his book and whatnot and stuff, because he mentions that he's writing a book about it and it's gonna come out. But either ways, he says he will give the full detail. I'm suspecting that particular point actually tells you who did it. He said the very same people. The very same people. Because that question, the journalist did ask him again. Like you are not. I think he asked him like 3-4 times or so. Like, wait, you're not really hammering this particular point down of how you got out. And he said, I told you. Of course, he's looking for more names and whatnot and whatnot. But he just gave the details on who was wanting money from him, and he says they betrayed each other. Those people betrayed each other, and that is how he actually got out. Now, another thing that I found very interesting out of the interview, which was actually the last point towards the end, as I did mention, the full video, you'll find it in the pinned comments. You'll find the bits of this on the pinned comment. When he questions him on how touchable he is, where he is right now.
How you left the country?
No, but I've not.
But you're in Malawi, you're protected, nothing will happen. Why can't you tell us?
I have told you that I'm not going to say it.
Why?
Because
So he didn't want to say the names here. Yes, he's in Malawi, but he's not going to say the names.
I can't. I can't say it.
So you see that's an issue as well, that's a problem.
Even if it's a problem, it's fine. As long as I am safe and I'm protected, there will be a moment at a time when I will tell my story. Because at this point in time, my story has not been told.
So you're saying undermining the rule of law and violating your bail conditions? It's business as usual. So you're not going to tell us how you left the country?
No, let's talk about what made me leave the country.
No, we've already established that. But there's that question you've never answered.
Does that bother you?
No, it doesn't
Does
bother
that
me.
just gives you like bother to say that it's bad? Do you think it was the right thing I was going through?
What I'm saying is you're entitled to being represented and for you to lay a charge and for you to expose all these alleged corrupt senior officials like you just did. You told us what they did, how they tried to extort you and victimize you. You've came clean. You've told us about your journey in South Africa. You drew a timeline.
So basically, the point that I thought was interesting there, he says, but you're safe here. And I was like, yeah, you shouldn't bother you. I'm safe. Man's safe. Man's home. Man's home out here in Malawi. And so he questions him. He pulled that particular question forward towards him. For me, I think he's given the hints of who was responsible for getting him out. It's the very same corrupt system, as he said. The very same corrupt system, the very people who were trying to get money out of him, and they showed that nothing had happened to them. Okay? The very same people. Now, maybe you want to wait to get the book when he writes a book, and then you'll know who did it. Yeah, I'm telling you who did it now. He says the very people that were busy betrayed each other. In the interview, he says they betrayed each other, and after they betrayed each other, the others came and made a way for him to get out. Simple, cut straight. The mandams and the corruption that was in there was hectic. The question is, who exactly was he talking about? Historic Reality Show with daily Christian commentary videos. As I mentioned, the video you'll find in the pinned comments on the news channel. It will be over there. I did see that yesterday when I did the trailer also did blow up, and so people are definitely interested in the interview. That video is what, 7,000. I mean, like, the original video, the video that I did here referencing to that video was not that it wasn't that big, but for the video that but that video itself, it blew up, and a lot of people wanted to see this interview. So that's why I wanted to highlight these points. First, why I think Bushiri's information will have a problem before the commission, because he presents some information and then he doesn't state some information. You'll notice the commission does not like those type of things. You have to give all the information, because, and everybody hears it, by the way. It's not like it's given in secret, no, publicized publicly. There's footage, there's audios, there's voice notes, there's messages, there's receipts, there is bank statements, there's whatever it is, everyone gets to see. That's the part of the South African system that I do like. There's a bit of transparency. You know, the country doesn't just die without you seeing. Why you see, okay, this is the receipt. Why it, you know, unlike others, it just collapses. They don't know. Here, you can see who's causing the rot. Where does it come from? What not? At least you have that in console. So it's Ricky. I'll see you on a later on episode. Other episodes down to they'll be down in the pinned comments, but that particular interview down there, check it and you'll see it over there in case you didn't see it on the when it aired. But that video won't be there for too long, because I do believe that eNCA did spend money to produce this video, and so I'll keep it there just because I'm talking about it right now. But I don't know if I will keep it for more than 24 hours and then I'll cut it out. Okay, so you can go check it. But in no time, I will remove that. I will remove the video, because eNCA would want to recoup what they used to make that video. And so, but if it does get too much attraction, I'll cut it out, like in a matter of hours. If it gets too much traction, I'll cut it out. I'm only making this particular reference so that you'll be able to see where the particular points. You can go back and check the reference points. But after the reference point has been made, this video just kind of like just blows up like yesterday's video, 7,000 views. I'll cut it, because that you'd want them people to see it from eNCA, for them to recoup some of the money that they use to make the transporting this team and the journalist guys that were going over there to do this particular whole thing. So they will only be able to do so as people go to their website or something to see it. And so in no time, if it does get, like even now, if it just blew up and just, I'll cut the video, because the intention is not for that. The intention is so that you will have a reference for why, for the particular points I'm talking about. So that's that. I'll see you later. The news channel will probably get an episode tomorrow. So do keep a lookout for that.